Your Excellency, the Governor of Taita Taveta County, Honorable Andrew Mwadime, Waziris, East Africa Community and ASAL region, as well as our chief guests, Waziri Sports and Culture, Women Rep, the County Commissioner, Taita Taveta County, Chairman Board of Management NEMA, Chairpersons of SAGAs present, Board of Management NEMA, Director General NEMA, Mr. Mamo, representatives from private sector, distinguished guests. Mwasindamana. It is indeed a great honor to celebrate with you this World Desertification and Drought Day 2025. As we gather here in Kenya, the global community is marking the same occasion in Bogota, Colombia, hosted by the government of Colombia. This year's theme reminds us of the urgent need to rehabilitate degraded lands and confront the growing threats of desertification and drought. Ladies and gentlemen, desertification and drought have become two of the most pressing environmental issues globally. Every continent has experienced drought, and many regions continue to face land degradation that undermines socioeconomic development. Kenya has not been spared. The Chalbi Desert in Marsabit County, covering approximately 100,000 hectares, is a stark example of desertification within our borders. We all remember the devastating drought between 2021 and 2022, the worst in 40 years. It caused widespread crop failure, livestock death, and wildlife loss, leaving a trail of economic and ecological damage. Recognizing the seriousness of this issue, the global community came together and on the 17th of June 1994 adopted the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. The convention focuses on combating desertification and mitigating drought impacts, especially in countries like ours that are particularly vulnerable. It aligns with Agenda 21 and supports sustainable development in affected regions. Today, the UNCCD boasts 197 parties, including Kenya, which signed in 1994 and ratified it in 1996. Ladies and gentlemen, despite these efforts, land degradation remains widespread. According to the Global Land Outlook Report 2022, 20% of global land, equivalent to 30 million square kilometers, is degraded. UNCCD estimates that up to 40% of land worldwide is degraded. Here in Kenya, the 2016 Land Degradation Assessment revealed that 91% of our land experiences some kind of degradation. Of this, 64% faces high degradation and 27% severe degradation. Right here in Mwatate, the landscape, though green from the recent March-May rains, still shows signs of degradation. Once the dry spell sets in, desert-like conditions will resurface, and these visible patterns are a warning that our unsustainable land use continues to fuel desertification. These environmental challenges disproportionately affect vulnerable groups, particularly women and children in arid and semi-arid lands. Nearly 80% of Kenya is classified as ASAL, supporting most of our livestock and wildlife. These regions are at a heightened risk from drought and land degradation. This year's theme is a rallying call. Land restoration offers us a path to stability and prosperity. Healthy soil provides 95% of food, sustains biodiversity, supports green jobs, and buffer against drought. And so I urge each of us to act, starting with a simple commitment: plant at least 20 trees by the end of 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, my ministry has taken bold steps in collaboration with stakeholders to combat land degradation and promote environmental restoration. Key policy instruments guiding our efforts include the National Environment Policy 2014, which is the framework for sustainable environmental management, Green Economy Strategy and Implementation Plan 2016 to 2030, which promotes low carbon and inclusive growth, the National Forest Program 2016-2030, providing a roadmap for forest resilience and climate adaptation, Land Degradation Neutrality Targets 2017, which is our national commitment under UNCCD to restore degraded landscapes, among others. A flagship initiative under this framework is the 15 billion tree growing program. This nationwide movement has mobilized communities across Kenya to restore forests and landscapes. Thanks to favorable rains, we have seen impressive progress in tree planting. According to the Kenya State of Environment report, we have now surpassed the constitutional 10% tree coverage, reaching 12.3%, a significant milestone. As the Cabinet Secretary, I am personally leading this campaign across the country. The momentum built is unprecedented and positions Kenya as a global example in ecosystem restoration. As a government, we are strengthening laws and institutions that govern land use and natural resources, from enforcing forest and environment laws to enhancing climate governance at both national and county level. We are further adopting technological innovations that are creating new frontiers for managing land and drought risks, including satellite imagery, geospatial tools, and mobile applications to monitor land degradation and predict droughts. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are alive to the fact that sustainable land restoration requires sustainable financing. My ministry is actively engaging with development partners, international climate funds, and private sector stakeholders to mobilize resources. This includes leveraging instruments such as the Green Climate Fund and Global Environment Facility, while also encouraging domestic investment. Today, as part of our celebration, we have mobilized and planted over 15,000 tree seedlings. This practical action demonstrates our commitment to land restoration. I am also pleased to note that we are initiating a land degradation neutrality pilot project at Mwangia Hill here in Taita Taveta, the first LDN branded project in Kenya. I commend the event organizers and partners for such impactful community-based initiatives. As I conclude, I call on every Kenyan to act. The fight against land degradation is not the government's alone. It requires every citizen, young or old, urban or rural, to take action. Let us adopt sustainable land practices, avoid overgrazing, conserve water, and most importantly, plant and care for trees. Let us nurture the partnership formed today. Through collaboration, we can build lasting environmental restoration projects that truly unlock the opportunities hidden in our lands. And so thank you very much.